Good morning, comic book fans. Welcome back to Comics in 5 Minutes. Rebel of a No Shorty. Look at a new Captain America book today. And I know what you're all thinking. Well, any of you who watch these videos, like a few of them, Shorty, you hate doing issue ones for Marvel. It's like, yeah, I kind of do. Not all the time, but sometimes when it's just a brand new issue one with a new creative team, it feels like it's not treading any new ground. I mean, some of them is just an excuse to get back into the costume and revert to the status quo after a previous writer has done something interesting and exciting with it. With Captain America, there was at least a couple of reasons why I was going to pay attention to this one. Number one, anything other than him being a landlord strikes me as a very, very positive move. And secondly, it's Chip Zdarsky, and I like Chip. I've read a lot of his stuff. I find him a very entertaining writer, superhero and otherwise. But it's actually the artistry I'm going to talk about first. Valerio Schiti, and I apologise if I mispronounced that name. I've literally only ever seen it written down, and it sounds like the kind of name that would be badly mispronounced if you don't know what you're talking about, so apologies straight up for that one. But the artwork is brilliant, it's beautiful, but it's weirdly minimalist, and I don't mean that to be like there's not much on the page, as much as I do enjoy minimalist artwork. Mad Cave Studios mugshots from last year or this year, really, really good, and very, very good economy of line. In this one, there's certainly enough line work there, but no more than you need. And that doesn't mean just leaving empty spaces or not putting the detail in. It is fully functioning pages. There is brilliant dynamic artwork, especially in some chase sequences, but I found myself just falling into the artwork to admire just the lines, how nothing was wasted, every single thing was in there to accomplish something, but never to the point that a page was busy or uninteresting. It was almost perfect usage. I'm going to also throw some credit to Frank Martin on colours. He did a brilliant job, some wonderfully luxurious warm colouring going on here in a variety of settings. And when you have these two people together, you have some fantastic moments of just people having a conversation in a diner, starting brilliantly with this idea of the toxicity of nostalgia, a fantastic little thing to take with you dealing with Captain America, and then running through chase sequences, of violence, conversations both tight and wide, and everything about it is brilliant. Artistically, I have literally no complaints. In fact, I go as far as to say, keep it right the hell up, it's brilliant. But if we're going to talk about anything else, we're going to have to talk about the writing, and I honestly was hit by a little stumbling block with this one, because I don't really read Captain America. Other than, like, you know, him being in some Avengers stuff or crossovers that I'm reading where he might get involved in, I don't really pay that much attention to stories. Yes, I knew he became a landlord due to J. Marco Krasinski, but other than that, I don't really care too much. He's not a character I've really engaged with. I mean, I know his history, I know his basics of his story. I knew that even before the MCU. I think just being a comic book fan, you kind of, cultural osmosis, pick up origin stories for big characters. But this one feels like it's kind of retelling the origin story, and that did set me a little bit off, because I was like, right, okay, this is clearly not the origin story of the Silver Age that we're expecting. This is like post 9/11. And I'm a bit like, right, okay, so is this an alternate version, a retelling? Is it going like a classic year one kind of vibe where you can reset it anywhere you want? It could become the new normal. But then you've also got dealing with Doom, and you've got Iron Man looking particularly contemporary, apart from some details on the mask of this thing, and talking about Tony Stark in the third person, so before that secret was known. Basically, it is just a different version of the past. And I'm kind of looking forward to that, for a few reasons. I mean, number one, 9/11 happened in the Marvel Universe, and quite famously, or notoriously, Victor Von Doom, who is being portrayed in this comic book as an almost stand-in for a Hitler-esque kind of character, in the ruins of the Twin Towers, seemed to pretty feel like, wow, I'm a bad guy, but, you know, you might want to rein it back a bit, my dudes. And I'm just like, that's going to be an interesting take for a writer to look at when they've got Doom in a comic book with Captain America, who has fought Hitler, and 9/11 is a recent event, and they're using that to build stories for other characters. I think Zdarsky could have some fun with this. I'm honestly thinking probably some people might be like, well, as long as he treads carefully. I'm like, no, don't tread carefully. Go whole hog on this one, because during your Daredevil run, one of my least favourite things you did was basically have a whole bunch of people committing crimes over and again to get back into the carceral justice system, called recidivism-esque something or other, as if there's like a drug that makes people do that rather than huge systemic issues. And I've always thought, like, no, just commit to the idea that the world is terrible because people design it that way, not because they put a drug into the water to make it bad for people. Although they probably do put stuff in the water anyway. And I think Zdarsky could actually really hit hard on this one, and I can't wait to see what he does with it. I'm definitely looking forward to the rest of it, that's for sure. Until I see you all again, though, look after each other, everyone. Stay safe. Bye!